bass on the track, on my face to the back like I'm taking a slap. I need a drink.
Hello guys, welcome to our channel Sports iBox and welcome to the brand new episode of TechKnow. So today we're gonna see about the usage of Gremlin with the help of graphofthegods. So come, let's go to the video. So what is Gremlin? We already spoke about like more on Gremlin. So, but let me give some more intro on Gremlin. So, basically, Gremlin is a janusgraph query language, which is basically to used to retrieve the data from the graph, which have large data sets, and also to modify the data in the graph. So, because when for considering a graph database, the main important thing is like you need to get the data with less traversal time. So how to so that we should have some proper algorithm to get that. So if you use Gremlin, so that you can have a best traversal time to get the data that the user requires. And it is also a path oriented language, so which helps to perform the complex graph traversal and the mutation operation. So if you see the Gremlin a query, how it will be like, it will be framed based on like a path, like a traversing the path. So it is also called as a path like expression. And you already know that it is like a component of a Tinkerpop. Initially it is been developed in the Tinkerpop, but then mainly it has been contributed from the janusgraph perspective. So this is all about the Gremlin. Now let's see about the graphofthegods. So this is the main structure of graphofthegods. So what is this graphofthegods? So graphofthegods is nothing but is a simple example that has been provided by the janusgraph. It will come along with the package that you are downloaded. So with this example, you can try to understand how the Gremlin traversal approach works and how the vertices are created, because till now we didn't see, right, like how the vertices and edges is being visually represented in the graph. So this is one such example will help the a user to understand how the vertices and edges are organized in the graph. So if you see here, the left hand side is the actual graphofthegods pictorial representation. So the first two basic entities are vertex and edges. So the red color dot represents the vertex, and the connecting line between the two red circles is called as edges. So these are the two basic entities of the graph. Let me explain the component of this graph before going to the a practical example. So the bold key represent upon the each vertex, that is a red circle. Yeah, there you could see name. Let's for example, let's take Saturn. So in Saturn, the name and age represent in the bold color. So that is nothing but the index key for that particular vertex. And if you see, the name alone have star in that. That means the index key has a unique value, that represent the index key has a unique value. Next, if you could see, there is in the bottom you could see there is a variable called time for the Hercules vertex. So here time represents the vertex centric index key, the vertex centric index key. So that's why it represent with underline. Next, there is a hollow edge key. Hollow edge key is nothing but this one. So this is nothing but an edge. It is edge, so it does not have any duplicates. But in some edges, you could see some crossbar, like tiled cross edge. So that means it is unidirectional. So it can traverse only the unidirectional. So this is a basic component of any graph that you're going to implement. It should have or it will have all these components when you try to create any vertex or edges. So let's before going to the practical example, how to traverse this graph, first let us start our usual procedures. That is, we will start our Gremlin with an in-memory storage, then we will load the graph, then we will start doing the traversal. So first let me go to my command prompt. So if you see here, I am in the janusgraph current directory. So let's wait for Gremlin to start. So meanwhile, let us copy this command. So this command, like you already familiar, that means I'm starting the storage backend in memory. So let me copy this command. So let's wait for Gremlin to start up. So basically, the Gremlin query language is pretty easy if you follow the graph order. So it will. So when compared to other query language, it is like a more like a path referenced query language. So you can easily track the where the edges are or where the vertexes. So the Gremlin has started. Let I have fired this in. So now the graph is started with an in-memory storage. Now let us load the graph factory with index. So without index. So I'm starting the graph of gods factory. So as I said, this factory is an inbuilt package that comes along with the Gremlin. The Janus graph. So you can start that graph factory by without loading an index, by passing the graph instance that you created, then true with boolean value true. So it's been started. Now let initiate the graph instance for the traversal. See. Okay, now it's been started. It's been started. Okay, so let me open the graph. Let me open the graph in a bigger manner. Okay. So first let us start with some basic queries. So we need to find. We need to find this vertex called the Saturn in this entire graph. So how the basic query will work is, first let us. So G is an object dot V. So we represent for vertex. Then dot has what we are going to search. We are going to search a variable called name, comma, what is the value of that name? We are going to search Saturn. So this query gives me a result V of 4336. That 4336 is nothing but the node address or number of the particular vertex. So this query confirms that we have the Saturn in this graph. Now what we will do is we will try to print the name to make sure that is Saturn or not. So how to print the name? The same query with dot values. What is the variable that is where the name holds? It is the name. So let us fire this. So now this double confirms that that vertex belongs to Saturn. Okay, so this is the basic query how we need to search. So this is you can imagine like a select star from a table name where name equal to Saturn. So this is something similar to it. So this is as I said, this is like a path traversal, as I already said, right? So you have a graph instance and you are searching the entire vertex and you are checking has the name is Saturn or not. So first this will give you the node address. To confirm that it belongs to vertex, then you will check the name of that particular vertex. So it will give you the name is Saturn. Now we need to print the attributes or the what are the properties of the Saturn. So for that, same values map like this. I think it should be value map. It should be value map. It should be value. So if you see here, name is Saturn and the age is like 10,000. If you see the same thing, name is Saturn and the age is 10,000. So this is how you need to get the basic details of particular vertex that you want to search. Now we will go another layer how to search the Gremlin in more like advanced way. So this is the basic search. Now we will see some more example. So let's find out. See here. So here the vertex name is Hercules. Here what is the type of the Hercules? It is a demigod. So we basically know demigod is nothing but the one who bonds between for the god and as well as the human. So the Hercules father is Jupiter and Hercules mother is Alcim, and she is a human and like he's a god. So Hercules is born for god and human. That's why he called as a demigod. And Jupiter's father is Saturn. So now how we going to track or how we going to find Hercules is, we are going to find Hercules from the Saturn. So for Hercules, Saturn is a grandfather. So we are going to do a back traversal here. So let's find out how to do that now. So first we already know how the we have found out Saturn. Now we will track based on the edges. So if you see here, this father is nothing but the edge label, or it is an edge. So Saturn is the father of Jupiter and Jupiter is the father of Hercules. So let's try to find out that. See here, Saturn equal to, so this is the first query. This is Saturn. Now let's traverse V of Saturn dot in of father dot in of father dot values name. Okay, so what I have did is like, first I have stored the Saturn value. So if you see here, let me try to explain the error also. So I have also did the same thing, but I didn't give the dot next. So the dot next is nothing but is kind of a has next in the Java. So we will try to iterate the values, right? So while of that particular dot has next, then go to this, like we will do, right? So that is how this next works. So I forgot to give that next. That's why this Saturn object does not store the value of the next object that it is getting connected to. So here I have stored that value, then I have copied this value and I have tried to search. What I am doing is like, this is a graph instance. I am searching the vertex for the Saturn and where in the edge in father dot value. That means 2 times I am traversing. So if you see the image here, so Saturn is a father of Jupiter, then father of Hercules. So in father, this first in is for the Jupiter, the next in for the Hercules. So that's why 2 in I have given. And what is the name? What is the value? It is Hercules. So this is one way of doing the searching the Hercules, that is the connected object between the Saturn and Hercules. The another way of doing is like, you can fire this one actually. So if you see here, so what I have did is like, it is also the same query, but what I have did is like dot repeat of underscore in dot times of 2. How many times I want to perform the in operation? I want to perform 2 times. Then I have given dot next. So it will give me Hercules. If you want to print the name, just give values of name. I think it should work. So now it confirms that Saturn's grandson is Hercules or Hercules' grandfather is Saturn. So this way you can do an inquiry, or if you want to find out whom that particular vertex is connected to, the traversal, you can use in keyword. So you can if you use the first one, if the relationship is like if the traversal, if you want to perform is like more than one iteration, then it is better to use the repeat keyword with times, how many times that you want to do. So this is the next way of this is another way of querying the in using the in. So now we have find out, and the Saturn's grandson is Hercules. Next, we want to find out the mothers of Hercules, like a mother, father, parents of Hercules. So who is Jupiter and Alcyon? So for that, let us fire this query. Now we have Hercules. We have found out Hercules. Now we will find out who is their mother and father. I think it's again another. Let me follow the document itself. 1 second. G dot Hercules of father and mother. This should be next. Okay, so because here I hold the values of name, so that's why I got so it should be next. So if you see here, I got the father vertex address and mother vertex address. Now if you want to find out the names of them, similarly you can give name, I guess. So Jupiter and Alcyon. So here the image you could see Hercules father is Jupiter and Hercules mother is Alcyon. So this way you can find out. So all the traversal should be based on this edge label, because edge is the only unique key where you can able to connect to other vertex and able to find out which vertex is connected to which vertex and how the direction goes. It is a multi-direction or the unidirection, etc. So we have found out the father and mother of like Hercules. Next we need to find out the label. So for the label, this we will fire this. Yeah, so father of Hercules, he is a god. Next, the mother of Hercules, she is a human. So to find out the label, we just need to give dot out of father comma mother and dot label. So here there we have used in query, here we have use a out query. So the difference between I think from the query itself, now you are able to understand what is an in and out query. So the in query is nothing but to find out whoever connected to that particular vertex. So Saturn has been connected to Jupiter and also to Hercules. To find out that, we need to use in, but to find out that the out, so from Hercules who has been Hercules has been connected. So the other way around, you should use the out query. So this is how the difference between, and you should use the usage of an in query and out query. Next, the last we will see about whom the Hercules is battled with. So here if you see, the Hercules is battled with the three monsters, Nemean, Hydra and Cerberus. To find out that, we will use this query. So now also we are trying to find out, we don't know about this monster, but we know that Hercules has been battled with this monster. To find out that, we should obviously use out query. So okay, I should not use label. Okay, if you see here, he has been battled with three monsters, 4240, like these are the addresses. To find out that, you can give name. So Cerberus, Hydra and Nemean. So here Hercules has been fought with three monsters. They are those are their names. So till now what we have seen is like how to use the Gremlin query language, and how to do a basic search, and how to use the in and out search, and how to have the repeated iteration of in or out. So this is how the mostly Gremlin used to have the search do the search in the graph. So these are the basic commands that's been used frequently to do graph traversal. And we also have more complex queries to search based on the location or coordinates. For that, I will give you a link in the description. It will help you to understand in the better way with the same graph of God example. So so this is all basic usage of the Gremlin with the help of the graph of gods. So in today's video we have seen about Gremlin and janusgraph, and in next video I will show you how to connect the janusgraph using Python and some query execution in the Python. So please like the video and share the video and subscribe to our channel. And you can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and also on Facebook, and you can also check it out our new website. I will provide the link in the description. So see you in the next video. Bye.